Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning viewers, you are watching Education News with me, Syifa Fauziah. This time we will be bringing up the news of the quality of education in Indonesia. For several minutes more, I will accompany you to listen some opinion about the quality of education in Indonesia from other people. We will connect with my colleague Andi, Nila, Saphira and Husnul Annisa. Andi, Nila, Saphira, you can go first.
Okay, thank you Syifa. Good afternoon everyone. I'm Andi, Nila, Saphira. I am currently at the Parangtambung location. Here we are going to interview some local residents about the condition of education in Indonesia. Now we are currently together with Citra Anugrah. Hello Citra, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Okay, so I will ask you some question about the condition of education in Indonesia. In your opinion, what is the current condition or quality of education in Indonesia? Has it improved or is it even worse than before?
I think the current condition of education in Indonesia still needs to be improved in various aspects and has not fully improved. One aspect is the problem of the education gap between rural and urban areas, the lack of facilities, and the low quality of educators. Well, more or less like that.
Okay, what do you think the government can do to improve the quality of education in our country today?
I think the government certainly plays an important role in helping to develop the quality of education. Perhaps the thing they can do is to increase the budget allocation for education in order to improve school facilities, increase the accessibility of education, especially in remote and rural areas.
Okay, thank you Citra for your participation.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we move on to the next source. Here is Winni Yuliana. Hi Winnie, how are you?
Pretty good, thank you.
So I will ask you some question about the condition of education in Indonesia. In your opinion, what is current condition or quality of education in Indonesia? Has it improved or is it even worse than before?
Thank you. So for me, the condition of education in Indonesia is still not good because human resources as educators, like teachers, are still lacking in number. In the regions, there is also a lack of facilities and infrastructure to support education. All of this can be overcome if the government is willing to be more responsive to the world of education. And in my opinion, the cause of the low quality of education in Indonesia in general is a matter of effectiveness, efficiency, and standardization of teaching. Thank you.
Okay, so the next question is, what do you think is the quality of education in Indonesia currently different from that in other countries?
Okay, so the quality of education in Indonesia is still far from perfect. Did you know that education in Indonesia is still lagging behind other countries due to several factors such as an insufficient budget, low quality of teachers, poor educational infrastructure, and social problems? For example, in Singapore, they also hold the same national examination as in Indonesia, but the government there does not determine a person's graduation because everyone has the right to get the same opportunity to continue their education. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, the national examination is a graduation benchmark for every student. So maybe Indonesia also needs to follow the example of what Singapore is doing, especially in its education system.
Okay, thank you for your participation, Winnie.
Thank you. Yes.
Those are some opinions from some local residents regarding the quality of education in Indonesia. I return it to Syifa Fauziah in the studio.
Okay, thank you Andi, Nila, Saphira for your information. And the next, let's hear from Husnul Annisa. Husnul, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Syifa Fauziah. Good afternoon, viewers. Now, I'm at one of universities in Makassar, namely Universitas Negeri Makassar. Here, I will interview the student about the quality of education in Indonesia. Hello, Liza. Good afternoon. So, I will give you some question and I hope you can answer the question. The first is, in your opinion, how is the condition or quality of education in Indonesia? Is it getting better than before or is it getting worse?
I think the current condition of education in Indonesia is still not good because the number of human researchers or educators is still lacking. Also, in remote areas, educational support facilities and infrastructure are still very limited.
The second question, in your opinion, what are the obstacles to improving the quality of education in Indonesia?
I think the obstacle to improving the quality of education in Indonesia is a matter of effectiveness, efficiency, and standardization of teaching. For example, including curriculum discourses, a lack of quality teaching staff, and a tendency toward foreign cultures, and many more.
Okay, thank you so much, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Hello, honey. Good afternoon. So, I will give you some question and I hope you can answer the question. The first question is, in your opinion, how is the condition or quality of education in Indonesia? Is it getting better than before or is it getting worse?
Well, on top, if we look around, the education budget in Indonesia is already a lot, right? But because of the lack of facilities and the quality of teacher and school, is the because of why students are lazy to learn. Maybe they are bored with the learning methods that are just like that. I also felt bored when I was still in school because the teacher did not take the invitation to make their students excited to learn. Besides that, the lack of motivation and interest of students is also the factor. We all know that only 1 out of 10 children really learn properly. Why? Because of the lack of encouragement from council. In my opinion, that's all want the government to provide a budget of on-site. If the two parties involved teaching and teaching activities do not take an innovation from each other, then Indonesia education will not change.
Okay. The second question is, maybe you have a suggestion so that education in Indonesia can be more advanced and improved.
Okay, suggestion. Maybe we can improve the quality of teacher first. I mean, we can extend the teaching system. Not just anyone can become a teacher who can make sudden motivation. So if the teacher is really secure and teacher seriously, then the students will be the same. Then the second is the parents at home might be able to provide education to their children when they are toddlers or before entering the school. To be given education about how important it is to learn in order to become a more serious person. Because as far as I know, the mindset of today's children is not about school, right? They just want a diploma paper and work quickly. They think the college is not necessary, they can still work even if they don't go to college. The mindset is very indifferent to the learning process. So it is necessary to insert awareness from an early age about the importance of education to children. Maybe that's all.
Okay, thank you so much, honey. Okay, that's all for me. I will give you back to the presenter.
Thank you, Husnul Annisa, for sharing us. And that's all what other people think about the quality of education in Indonesia. Finally, I am and all of the crews say have a wonderful day and see you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.